Zacapa Centenario, Solera 23.
Zacapa Centenario was founded in 1976 by a local Guatemalan doctor named Alejandro Borgaleta. The unveiling of his meticulously crafted rum coincided with the centennial anniversary of the town of Zacapa, which is located in eastern Guatemala. Master distiller Lorena Vasquez has implemented a number of production practices that make this rum very unique. So to start, the sugarcane is hand harvested by a custom-made machete. And then from there, they extract what's called virgin honey, which is where the first pressing of the sugarcane to get the juices out, that's what's used instead of the much more commonly used molasses, which is the further down the road refined version. The aging of this rum takes place in the house above the clouds, a nickname given to their aging facility that's located almost 1.5 miles above sea level. The important part of this is that oxygen levels are much lower up there, so oxygen is a key component in the maturation process of anything. So it's slower and more gentle of an aging process in those different casks, which really lends itself to a very unique character. This rum undergoes the Solera process. This is a complex aging technique that involves using different vintages of the same recipe, whatever it may be, not just rum. It's found in sherry too, for example, where you take old rum, middle-aged rum, young rum, and you keep blending it into itself over time. In this case, the youngest rum is 6 years old and the oldest is 23, hence the name Zacapa 23. On top of all of this, different parts of the rum are aged in different barrels. There's sherry barrels used, there's American whiskey barrels used, and new French oak. So when you take all of this together, the unique harvesting of the sugar cane, not using big machines to harvest it, the Solera process, the different barrels they use to age it, the height above sea level, this is a very painstakingly meticulous, detailed, complex approach to a spirit. The flavor profile provided by the distillery includes honeyed butterscotch, spiced oak, and a raisiny fruit character with complexity from the Solera process. Let's give it a try. Beautiful mahogany, just gorgeous. It's so deep, so dark, it's kind of hard to get it on camera. But it's like blood on an old bookshelf. You know, old, just kind of like that darkness underneath it with just that smidge of red. Really beautiful color. I mean, really gorgeous color. You just don't expect this from a rum. I mean, it's, I don't know, it's really beautiful. The color is to be commended. There's heat here. There's a little bit of heat, but right underneath that, there's cacao and dark fruit and burnt caramel. But there's heat there. I'm gonna put this on a cube of ice here in a second because, for one, the distillery's website recommends it, and also I can just tell. I mean,
Fuck. That's really good. So the heat from the nose is not on the palate. The palate is very soft. And it has all those flavors I just mentioned. It has a little bit of chocolate. It has that caramel, like caramelized fig, dark fruit. You know, just that kind of slightly burnt sugar glaze. And then just a hair of nuttiness. And it makes me think it must be from the sherry casks they use. Sherry has a very characteristic nuttiness. Very just, you can see it a mile away once you start trying sherries. I mean, this is really good neat. The nose was a bit deceiving, you know, the heat. But right now, god damn. That's very good by itself. Ignore the nose. Ignore the heat on the nose. The palate is not like that. I'm still going to put it on a cube of ice, though. It's a really awesome fucking square cube with really slow dilution. Love that ice mold. Anyway, though, so here it is on the rock, which the website recommends. As expected, the heat that I get on the nose is gone now. With this rock in here, completely vanished. But so have a lot of the fruit aromas. So the way the nose right now is more sherry than anything. So that nuttiness, sherry is the biggest player right now. Ooh. As you'd expect, the ice cube mutes a lot of things, right? I mean, so all the dark fruit and dark caramel that I had is much, much lower. It's much lower. It's still there, but not nearly as pronounced. It's amazing what dilution and temperature change does to what you actually perceive. That's why people chill vodka so intensely, because you know, vodka drinkers. Actually, I'm not going to get into that. We're going to save that for another episode. I want to get into vodka. It's just a personal thing of mine. But yeah, the nose is all sherry. It's really nutty. It's beautiful. I mean, gorgeous nose. I like the nose a lot more with the ice cube than the neat. But I like the palate more on the neat because you taste more than on the rock. So if somehow they can combine that, nose cold, palate warm, I know that's a suggestion. Ron Zacapa Centenero. Just think about that.
This is a very versatile drink. You can drink it neat, you can do it with a large cube of ice, you can make it in a cocktail because it's affordable, it's around $40 a bottle. You can't find it in Alabama, but in most every other state you can find it. I would say though, in the use of a cocktail, it needs to be a spirit-forward drink. So not a rum and coke, not a Long Island iced tea, but I would do a daiquiri, for example, which is 2 ounces of the rum, 0.75 ounces of lime juice, fresh, and 0.75 simple syrup. However, I would take out the simple syrup and instead do Demerara syrup, which is a different kind of sugar. Otherwise, a rum Manhattan or rum Old Fashioned would be excellent for this.
Or right now, this is actually a rum Old Fashioned. I'm not going to go into this, I just happen to have it. But this is a rum Old Fashioned because I thought it would be great, and it is. A delicious rum, really unique.
so involved in the process. I mean, the process is so complex. It's really wonderful. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, share with your friends. Cheers.